Hi, I'm Ray Williams of openimage.com.au. Today, white balance. All the good things about white balance. Now, this is going to be in probably two parts. The first part is going to be around white balance with a JPEG, and then the second part will be white balance using the RAW converter. So the assumption here is that you've taken a JPEG and white balance is not quite correct, and you need to correct it, right, in order to get the picture the way you want it to be. So that's the scenario. Or you've opened an image in RAW, you've gone from RAW into Photoshop, you've played with it like crazy, and then you realize the white balance is wrong. All of which is going to cause you a headache because you don't want to go back to the RAW image and start all over again. So this is how you get out of it. It's quite a simple one. Hopefully this makes a lot of sense to you. Here we go. So if I open my image, this is an image taken in Woy Woy in New South Wales, Australia, and this is the image. Now it's an image obviously where it looks like it's sunrise, but it actually isn't, because it's got a warm tone right the way around it. Now, yes, you can go into color balance and play like crazy and try and get it back to, well, that takes a little bit of time to do. This is probably the easiest way that I've discovered to do it. So what you first of all do is duplicate your background as always, Control or Command J, which gives you layer 1. And then what we're going to do is use a new tool, which I haven't spoken to you about, which is called a threshold. So with threshold on, which is down here, so it's in the adjustment layers area. So come down here and hit threshold, and you'll get something that looks like this. So what we want to do with threshold is click on the levels here and drag it to the left, and as you do that you see the images disappearing in front of your eyes. But what you want to try and get is the last bit of black or thereabouts that's left on the screen. So I'm all right with that there. So if you look, there's a bit down here that will do. So I then take the zoom tool and click a few times so that I can see it a little bit better. And then I will now go up to this bit. So you've got the eyedropper. You want the color sampler tool, which is this one here. Click on that, click in the middle of the black area, and you'll see that it'll give a little target with 1 on it. Basically it's telling the computer what that value is. So that's the target with 1. Happy with that. Then I'll come back to this bit up here and go to properties. So before it was in info, now I'm going to take it to properties and drag this. Before I do that, if you just double click on the hand tool, it'll bring you the whole image back. Go back to this and let's drag it the other way now. So you want to see a little bit of white, almost to the end once again, and nice bit of white there. Use the zoom tool and just zoom into it. And once you're here, then go back to the sampler again. So you want sample 2 this time. So click on here, click in the middle of the white, and now as you can see it's got a target with 2 on it, which basically means that's sample 2. Alright, so we're good to go. Double click on the hand again, which gives you a full screen. And we're now finished with threshold, so you can actually just disable it by taking visibility off the actual layer itself. You don't need it. And we can close that a bit. So now, while we're on this shot, you can see that the positions are still there. So there's the white block, and the black one's down here. So go to your layer 1. This is all important. You've got to stay in track with this. Go to layer 1. Come down to your adjustable layers again, and this time go to levels. Okay, so you'll get levels box up, and you'll see 3 different eyedroppers. We're only going to work with 2 of them, which is the top one and the bottom one. The top one is looking for the black, so you click on the top one and go down to where you had the sample and click in the middle of the sample it does its job. You may not see much of a change, but it's done it. And then come back to the bottom one now, which is I was looking for the white point. Yeah. And you click on that, so it's engaged. And then go to the middle of where the white one is, and voila, there you go. Take that off, and as you can see, it has now corrected the white balance, right? So the way to then do it from here is you can get rid of the top threshold thing because you don't need that anymore. And then you can then compress this one with this one. So this one, you would have a Control or Command E, which collapses those two together. And so therefore, this is the correct one, and this is what you started with. How good is that? Huh. There you go. So that's how you correct your white balance on something which accidentally you didn't put the white balance on, or whatever reason it may be. But that's how you do it. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one when we do the white balance on the raw converter. See you again.